I tell you friends, HubSpot is tough to keep up with. Just last week I finished a 3-part webinar series on things every admin needs to know, and now there is more new stuff admins need to know. So if you came to those, or if you watched the recordings, here's a thing that was not included because it doesn't exist, didn't exist, but now it does. Check it out. Here I am in my settings, and if I go to account defaults, this is a security setting I want to show you. If you are an especially security conscious company, you might be very interested in this new feature to limit logins to allowed IPs. What? Check this out. So we turn on this toggle switch, and now you can put specific IP addresses, and people will only be able to log into your HubSpot account if they're coming from one of those. And you can use comma separated values to put in individual IP addresses, or you can use a dash to do a whole range of IP, right? So if you have a VPN, or if you have an office, or whatever, you can include these here. And then people who try to log in from a different IP address will get a login error saying you are not at an acceptable IP. And then, of course, always you can exempt some users if there are people who are like you, a super admin, who we want to make sure always has access regardless of where you are. You can put this in. Hey friends, the process for connecting a personal email address to HubSpot just got streamlined a bit. Check this out. Here I am in my personal settings, email settings, gonna connect a personal email, and we'll go ahead and turn on inbox automation. Previously, you had to say, I want to connect to Outlook, I want to connect to Gmail, right? But if I just put my actual real email address in here, no spam please, look, we detect that your email is hosted by Google. We recommend connecting to Gmail. Connect to Gmail. And if you would rather like, nah, actually we use Gmail, but we use Outlook on top of it or something, then you can still do that, but we're just trying to make it a little easier for you to get this job done. This is now live, check it out, let me know what you think, let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, got a hot new beta for you to opt yourselves into. Check this out. Here I am on the contact record, but you can do this for literally any object inside of HubSpot that has a record like this. You have this new overview tab over here. So this is the activities tab. This is the timeline you're accustomed to seeing, and you can still filter it just like you always have. But the overview tab has cards on it like this, and you can customize. Well, so if you have free or starter, you can see this, you can use this tab. If you have pro or above, you can customize what's on here. So let's go to this customize overview tab here, and this is, we can choose what, let me just show you where we are real quick. We're on the record customization tag for contacts. Again, it works for all these different properties. And we're gonna customize the overview tab here, and you can do it by team if you're pro and above, or maybe just enterprise, I forget. But let's just edit the default view, right? We have kind of a lot of cards here, and the way I want you to think about this is you can now customize your right-hand sidebar, right? To get that less cluttered, and maybe you know some of your custom objects like vehicles and pets and cars down here, maybe these you remove from that right hand sidebar and you put them here, or vice versa, right? You want them in the right hand sidebar and you put some other things here, but we'll just, you know, we can remove some of these things to make it a little tidier, and we'll just keep the data highlights and recent communications. But if you want to bring any of those things back, they're here, you can get them, and so we'll save that. So data highlights was the one that was on top, and I don't know if you noticed it. The reason I didn't call it out too much is I want you to know you can customize that too, pro and above friends. So if we customize this, again, you can do it by team, but if we just edit the default view, here's what we have right now. We have create date and lifecycle stage and last activity date. We can add other properties here. Whatever it is you think would be most important to have in this data highlight phase, you can have just kind of a collection of properties here. Super fun. And then the association tables, right? So like we saw, we could put custom objects and deals and things here. Again, we can edit this view and we can choose what information is going to appear on that table, because it's a table, not just a card, and you'll see a list of all of them, and you can add more columns. Really, you know, whatever you want. If you have a contact table, this is how it'll look. So now, you know, let's go back just one more time to a contact and see how this is looking. And I don't actually remember if I saved anything I just did, but here we are on the overview tab. Yeah, so we can see the recent communications here. That's great, and we can see the data we decided to highlight here. Hey friends, I don't know if this is news or not. Every now and then I come across something in HubSpot that I haven't seen before, and nobody told me it got added, and maybe it's been there for years, and maybe it just happened yesterday. I don't know. You tell me. Did you know you can put your products into folders? Check this out. Here I am on the products page, and if you go to the actions dropdown, there's this create folder option, and we can call this, you know, the really cool products, right? Our special folder for that. And then once that's there, we can just like blah, blah, 1 hour of consulting and shirts. Those are really cool. We can just move them to the really cool products folder, and there they are. We can be much more organized now. Hey friends, another cool update for you admins out there. This one relates to saved views on CRM index pages. So check this out. Here I am on the contacts page. The same thing works on all your pages that look like this. The all views button, look at this. I'm gonna click it, and now I get this full screen list of my views for contacts. But look, because I'm an admin, I can see other people's views too, right? Andre here has this private view he's created, but I can see it listed here. I can also see views across other object types, all listed in one place. Super cool. And look at all these actions I can take. I can clone, I can export, I can create reports, I can delete. If I own them, I can manage the sharing and rename them. Look, for Andre's, I can't change it, so I'm not gonna be able to totally wreak havoc. One thing I really like is if you wanna see what filters are used, you can see that here. And then, you know, if you wanna just see what the view actually looks like, you can click on his name and here it is. Hey friends, another cool update to the campaigns tool. So you can now track your spend. Check it out. So here I am on the campaigns page, and if we just create a new campaign, we're gonna start from scratch. And look, we now have a currency field. That's great. So I'm gonna use US dollars, and we could set a budget. This has been here for a while. Budget used to be a text field. We recently made an actual currency field. Big step up. Let's say this is a $100 campaign. I don't know. There's now this spend field, and we can keep track of how much this is gonna cost us. So I mean, maybe I've spent 10 bucks on this video already. I don't know. Gotta give it a name. This is my campaign. Now, if we create this, we will be taken to this page, and look, you can see budget and spend right here. And as time goes on, if you want to edit the campaign to update the spend, we just spent another $5. You can do that. You can update it. Hey friends, we now have campaign templates. So check this out. Here I am on the campaigns pages, and there's if you go to product updates, there's a beta you need to opt into for this. And once you've done that, the create campaign button, instead of just creating a campaign, gives you a drop down, and you can start from scratch like you always have, but now you have the ability to start from a template. And check this out, so cool, so fun. Couple of options here: generate leads or promote an online event. Well, let's say you know, I'm running this admin hug thing. I want to promote an event. Okay, so we're gonna promote an online event. You know, we'll just call that. You could rename it, obviously. You get clever, call it whatever your online event is called. But let's create this campaign, and now look what we get. Check this out. Whoa. Yeah, like these are all things I might want to add, right? And I mean, I can remove this. I can drag and drop them to different orders. But look, a form? Yeah, I kind of want to create a form. Look, whoa, we can select an existing form, or we can create a new form, or you know, same for landing pages, same for emails. Like, this is so easy. Like, even I could probably create a campaign right now, even though I've never done that in my life. Okay friends, commenting mode. I've done a few videos over the last several months of commenting mode, expanding to new areas, and actually I've stopped keeping up with it. They're now on CMS pages and all kinds of different places. But one thing I've heard from you all is that it would be great if you could know when there were unread comments. And now, you can know when there are unread comments. Check this out. So here I am on an email, and this email has an unread comment from someone else. You can see this little red dot here, meaning there are unread comments. You can also see this here. It's a comment on the subject line. So either way, we can click here and see it. I think we should change the subject, or you can click here and see it and reply. Now it is very easy to tell when there are unread comments, right? If I now leave comment mode and close this back up, the dot goes away. Hey friends, specifically my HubDB using friends, we've got another great new feature. You can now sort columns. So check it out. Here I am on a table I've created, and you can see which ones are sortable because they have this little up arrow, down arrow. And if we just click it, sorted. Or sorted the other way. Boom. Awesome. This is now in public beta, but I didn't have to opt into anything to use it, so hopefully you won't either. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Today's the day, friends. Journey mapping is here. It was teased at Inbound. It is now in public beta. If you have Marketing Hub Enterprise, you can now access this. You don't even have to opt into anything. So let's look at how it works. Here we are on the reports page. And if we go to this create a report button, there's now customer journey reports right here. You can see the beta tag. We click on this and look at this. This is so fun. I love this so much. You can select a list or lists or certain properties you want to filter your contacts by, or you can just look at all contacts, and you can set a date range. One important thing to note is while this is in beta, you are limited to 30 days here. That will not be the case when this is out of beta, but here in the beginning, we are starting with 30 days, and that's going to be okay. So then here on the far left, you can choose lifecycle stages or interactions, and you can add up to 7 touch points here. And look at these. You've got CTA clicks and views. You've got all the different form things, all the different marketing things. Look, with payments, if you're in the US, you can do payments things. I love sales, emails, sends, opens, clicks, and replies, sequence bounces, meetings booked through a sequence. Look at all this stuff. Website pages, and then of course all your custom behavioral events if you've created any of those. But let's just add, let's just create some steps here. What if someone was delivered an email, delivered an email, and then they opened the email, and then they clicked a link in the email, and then, I don't know, maybe they submitted a form or something, right? You can add up to 7 of these. And I'll just run this report because it takes a few seconds. But these things here, you don't just drop them in. You can. I mean, I just did, and you'll see what happens. But you can also filter them in various ways. You can make steps optional if you want. You can select a filter to a property to filter by. And look, this is called a Sankey chart. I've been mistakenly calling it a snaky chart because it's like a snake, but it's Sankey. Oops. But anyway, you can see all the drop-offs here. But look, if you make these steps optional, then you can get a report where you can see which steps people are skipping, and you'll get the different paths and things. If you want, for any of these, for sales emails, if you want to look at specific templates, sequences, if you want to look at a specific sequence, whatever you want to do, and you can start getting this journey laid out visually and seeing the breakdown here. Hey friends, you can now see when a contact was added to a list. So check this out. Here I am on a list, and if we just edit our columns right here, there's this new advanced property added to list date. And we'll add that here, and we'll just get rid of all these other ones so you can see it nice and prominently here. Look, we have all these people that have been added to this list, and you can see the date they actually got added to this list. This is a thing you could not really see before, and now you can tell how long they've been here, if they were a recent addition or not. Hey friends, in the session I did last week, the live webinar, things every HubSpot admin needs to know, I was showing the datasets tool, which is inside Operations Hub Enterprise. And there was a thing I noticed in there that I'd never seen before, and I didn't know when it got put in. And I was really excited about it, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't sure what status it was. But I've checked with the team, and this is rolled out to all of you who have datasets. It's a beta feature for creating conditional fields. Check it out. So here I am creating a dataset. I've selected contacts and deals as my data sources, and I've added a deal amount here as one of my fields. And you've always had this ability in datasets to create fields on the fly, right? And more recently, maybe a year ago or something, we added the ability to add conditional expressions. And if you're an Excel wizard, this layout probably makes a ton of sense to you. You put a condition here, and then if it's met, value 1 appears, and if it's not met, value 2 appears. I've always found this a little intimidating because I'm not an Excel wizard. But what we have now is this create conditional fields. Check this out. So this is the same functionality. You're doing the same thing. You're making a conditional field. But look at this layout, right? Like if here is where we are going to put the conditional statement. For example, deal amount is greater than 5,000 and deal stage is contract sent, right? And I could put these in here. And then this is what we'll get then if this is the case. And down here below is the default value, what we'll show if that's not the case, right? So like if we do the example here and do deal.amount is greater than this number, whatever that number is, sorry, I can't type, then our value will be gee, that's a really big deal, right? Ta-da! And we can do advanced expressions here, right? So we could say this is not such a big deal, or down here we could, if we want to show properties or things. But look, if we want to get more complicated, add another conditional block, else if. And another one, else if. Like, I am not brilliant when it comes to formulas, you guys, but I could totally do a really complicated conditional formula here. Hey friends, another update for payments. For those of you in the US, you can now create discount codes. So check this out. Here I am. This is the product library. There's this new tab for discount codes. And creating a discount code takes very few steps. This is the code. This is just the internal name. You'll see where that appears in just a minute. You can do your currency amount or percentage, right? So we're going to give, 15% off for, fall fashion. I don't know how to spell fashion. Oh dear. And you can, like, this doesn't have to be all caps. You can literally put anything in here, but you want people to you know, 2020, you want people to be able to remember this and copy paste it. And then there's this active inactive thing. So right, if you just want this to go for a little while, you can come in later and make it inactive, but we're gonna save this, and now it appears here. You can see the name and it's active in this. And then if we go over to a payment link, which now has its own page, we'll edit this payment link. And if we go to the link details page, we can just turn on this. Yes, we're gonna activate any discount code. Right now we don't have anything more granular than that, but you turn it on, and what it looks like is on the checkout page, here by subtotal, they can add a discount code, and if they remember what it is, 2022 or whatever I said, then that'll get applied, and ta-da, now we're saving $352.50. Hey friends, I know how much you all like getting the inside scoop on HubSpot and learning how to do things better, and that is why I started the HubSpot Admin HUG, the user group. And you said you want events, so I've got a lot of events coming. Check this out. Here's the homepage. It's just events.hubspot.com/HubSpotAdmins. Please come here and join. And I've also created a LinkedIn group. This links to that. We got this beautiful, cute little octopus logo from Sharpen. Love it. But I'm partnering with a lot of external people, and I'm bringing in a lot of internal HubSpot stuff. And I know this is not clear to anyone but me, but if you see a dark background thumbnail, that means it's internal HubSpot stuff. If you see some other company logo, it means I'm partnering with that company. So I'm recording this today, the 19th. This is probably in the past, but the recording will be available by the time you see this. But October 20th, we've got a technical scoping webinar with Aptitude 8. I'm doing 3 brainstorms. I'm going to build a HubSpot admin certification next year, doing 3 different brainstorms at different times to accommodate different time zones. I'd love for you to come give input on what that should look like. October 25th, partnering with the Workflow Academy, an up-and-coming HubSpot sort of educational partner, talking about the basics of process design. And then I've got the team that built our governance tools inside of HubSpot coming and telling you how to use those. Got a deep dive into data sets, which is the amazing magical thing inside Ops Hub Enterprise. Nicole from Remotish is going to talk about how to create good documentation. Got advanced workflows examples and best practices for every HubSpot team. If you want to get really fancy with workflows, that's a good one for you. Let's talk about CRM adoption and utilization. Got Doug Davidoff coming, talking about that. Going to be awesome. And then in the new year, going to talk about CMS migrations. Going to talk about the mobile app. I haven't gotten it scheduled yet, but I'm going to have a deep dive into our Salesforce integration. There's just lots of stuff coming in. This isn't even all. You're going to see a couple more events appearing in December. Going to do one on custom code actions inside of workflows. Going to do another one on record customization. Just a lot going on. So if you want to get good at HubSpot stuff and related skills, please sign up for this HUG. Stay on top of these events. I'm adding them almost daily, it feels like at this point, running really fast. And if there's anything here you're not seeing that you'd like to see, let me know. I want to make this as useful to you as possible. Thanks. Hey friends, got a cool new addition to how you view things on the deal board. So check it out. Here we are on a deal board, and down at the bottom you can see the total for each of these columns. And what we are rolling out now is if you hover over this, you see it in the company currency, but you can also view in your preferred currency, which opens this new setting thing here. Check it out. So the board actions, we've been able to edit cards for a while, but now we have this edit boards thing. So edit cards is how you change the size and the look of the cards. Edit board right now just has this one thing. I haven't heard if anything else is coming, but I'm really excited for the potential for other things to come here. But like if I want to see this in, I don't know, a different one, now I can see it here, and in my company currency, I hover to see that. So whatever, if you're working in multi-currencies, you can just change this to match your needs. This is now rolling out. It will be live to all starter and above Sales Hub users as of November 1st. So if you don't have it now, you'll definitely have it by November 1st. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. It's been a minute, friends, since a feature came out of nowhere that totally just took my breath away, but it just happened. I had no idea this one was coming, and I'm so excited about it. So check this out. Here I am on my deal settings page, and I've just opted into a beta that adds this column here. So look, I'm looking at this pipeline here, and here are my deal stages, and you're used to seeing the name and the probability and the stages, but look, editing access. Editing access, what could that mean? What if I went to this contract sent one, and I changed it from users with access to deals to limited to super admins and saved it? That means once a deal moves into this contract sent stage, it can only be updated by a super admin. Okay, so here I am logged in as a user who is not a super admin, and let's just grab this deal here, and we're gonna move it into contract sent, right? That's the one we locked down. And if I just come into this deal now, look, whoa, suddenly things are grayed out, and I can't. What if I wanna? But your permissions don't allow you to access this record. Well, hold on. Let's go back to the deal record. Let's take it out. I changed my mind. It's not contract sent. Hey, let me take it out. Hey, I want to drag it. This is a drag and drop board. Why can't I edit it? This is incredible. So I want to know how you want to use this. This is a beta you can now opt into if you have professional or enterprise version of Sales Hub. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and let me know your use cases for this. I'm very curious and excited to hear how you're going to use it. Hey friends, got a couple new updates to Playbooks, and the first one I'm so excited about because in some of my webinars and at Inbound, people have asked me, is it possible to have a playbook that pops up when a deal gets to a certain stage or something? Now we're getting much closer to that. Check this out. So here I am in my deal pipeline, and deal 3 here is in the presentation scheduled deal stage. And look, if I open it up, demo outline is recommended. It's up here at the top. It's got this little banner thing. This is the new setting that is available inside of a playbook. So if you go to Playbooks, look, we will do this for, how about this one? I'll show you how to set it up. Discovery call here. If we go to our settings, set when to recommend, right? And we can create a rule. Right now you can only do it based on deal stage, but you can say is any of, is none of, and you can choose the ones you're interested in, right? So let's say decision maker bought in is the stage we want this one to show up on. Now, if we go back to our deals, and we hopefully have, yep, so this deal is in there, and look, discovery call is recommended. So that's super cool, that's fun. The other new thing is we now have an outline here, right? All your questions, or if you have headings, will show up here. So if your rep needs to jump to a specific part of the call, they can do that. This can be hidden if your reps don't want to play with it, but there's just this little outline here if you have a long playbook. This can help them navigate. Hey friends, we've increased the limit of automated emails you can put in your sequence. So here we are creating a sequence, and for as long as sequences have existed, there's been a limit on 5 automated emails. You can add other tasks and things, and you absolutely should be sprinkling in, some of these manual tasks for LinkedIn or for emails or calls or to-dos, just changing it up a little so it's not just an automated drip that drives people crazy and is not tailored. But we've lifted the limit. It's no longer just 5. If you want to add automated email number 6, you can go ahead and add automated email number 6. If you want to add automated email number 7, go ahead and add automated email number 7, and 8, and 9, and not to spoil the punchline here, but 10 is the limit. So if we get up to number 10 here, and then try to add another one, we will run into some kind of limit. Ta-da! But again, you can still add in, not that one, email, plenty of emails here. You could add in calls, right? Let's have some call tasks. If you have Navigator connected here, you can add connect requests and things. Definitely add some to-dos. Shake it up a little. Don't just endlessly email people, but you can now go up to 10 if you want to. Hey friends, it's been a minute since I talked about custom surveys inside of Service Hub, but they just keep getting better, and now we have industry standard CSAT and NPS things you can use in your custom feedback surveys. Check this out. So here I am on my feedback surveys page, and I'm gonna create a survey, and we're gonna go fully custom here, and we'll just make a shareable link that's fine. And now on this page, notice we have a couple of new options here, CSAT and NPS. And the NPS one, look, we pull this over, and look, you cannot edit this. And if you're wondering, why can't I edit this? Well, we have a little why can't I edit this thing explaining that this is an industry standard question. It's asked the same by every company that uses it. And if you use it this way, then you have a benchmark you can compare yourself to other companies with, which is great. Or if we want to remove that and add the CSAT one, a little more flexibility with CSAT. You can edit this if you want, but you have the 3 smiley face options, and you can ask follow-up questions as needed. This is now live. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions.